Welcome back to the Oddcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Ricky.
And we're just two odd dudes who decided to start a podcast.
And today we're talking about the intentions of inventions and their origins.
Yep.
Did I say that right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was sort of a little bit redundant. The intention of the inventions and their origins. The origins and their intentions is pretty similar. But maybe not fully redundant.
I don't know. I didn't set this one up. This is all you, buddy.
This is
boy.
me. This was recommended to us as an idea by Emily, who actually voted for you.
Yeah. Thank you, Emily.
To win Survivor.
I will be honest with you, Emily. If you're listening to this at this point, everyone else stop listening. Emily, this is for you. I did not know you voted for me because, one, Alex just punched the mic again. But I did not know you voted for me because I was so angry that I was losing that I didn't even want to look. I just wanted to destroy everyone else. But thank you for your vote. Now back to our regularly scheduled podcast.
Am I allowed to listen now?
You're allowed to listen.
Cool. Where were we?
You were thanking Emily for how great she was.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
For voting for me.
I think that's it. I think we're good. Say the thing that you say before we go.
Let's get to the Oddcast.
Okay, so we asked you some questions on our Instagram. I asked the questions because you weren't allowed to see it because we're gonna see if you can guess. Kind of guess. We're gonna have you guess the intention, the origin of these different inventions.
Yeah. So what the original purpose they were invented to do.
And a lot of these, like not a lot, but some of them did have original different names. Right? You know.
Do I get that too to help me or no?
No, you don't get that.
Right.
And I don't remember all of them. I think some of them were very similar, but because we'll get into it. You'll see. I remember one. But the first question I asked was, what are some inventions that the people knew that were invented for different reasons?
Mm-hmm.
And there's only like three on here that I actually didn't upload.
Okay.
Right. One of them is peanut butter.
It was originally invented for greasing an engine.
No, that's a decent idea though.
Dang it!
Apparently, this is what Grant says. Peanut butter was originally.
Did we fact check any of these?
I didn't fact check these ones. So
all right, Grant, we're trusting you.
Grant's a pretty smart guy. I trust him. He's an engineer. That doesn't necessarily mean he knows stuff about this.
Did he engineer peanut butter?
If he did,
Grant, engineer a peanut butter sculpture of Alex. Alex, pose for the camera real quick. Okay, Grant, go ahead.
Cool.
Alex, you may continue.
Apparently, peanut butter was originally a shampoo, but then it got in someone's mouth and they thought, sandwich. Genius.
I don't believe it.
You don't believe it?
I don't believe you, Grant.
You have to believe it. His last name's Goodman. Good man.
We're not supposed to say last names on here, man.
Well, it's bad man.
Talk to our lawyer about this.
We have a lawyer?
No. But I Googled that you
Are you allowed to say that you don't have a lawyer on air?
Yeah. We're not on air. We're just recording. That's different.
That's true because we're not live.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Grant, something. I don't believe you. But if you have a link, send it to me or us, and then I'll believe you. And then next time we record, I will admit my wrong if you prove us wrong.
Yeah.
Do you believe him?
I believe him.
All right.
I really do.
You're a trusting guy.
Who's the guy who invented the peanut or who found out the peanut? Wasn't George something?
Carter.
Washington Carver. Yeah, he's like,
I don't know.
Found out peanuts. Yeah. Okay.
I always feel like that's one of those weird facts, though, that like gets told to you.
And then you're like not sure if it's right.
Yeah. Because like hibernation. I have this understanding that hibernation, like bears just go to sleep for like 4 or 5 months and they don't come out.
That's definitely what I still to this moment think.
I was listening to some YouTube video the other day of a guy saying that that's not true. Now, I haven't done more research, but I'm kind of starting to believe him. Because I was never actually taught about hibernation. I was just like, bears hibernate for a long period of time, and they go to sleep. But that's something you'd tell a kid.
That's true.
You wouldn't tell them like, oh, but every other day they get up to, have to go pee-pees.
Because they have
what
to
do they do with their body
awake.
Functions?
Yeah. I think they keep all the food in their cheeks like a chipmunk.
Right. Like I thought the bear slept for like 3 months straight.
I did too. I still thought through winter.
That literally doesn't make any sense. If you
what
think
if
about
the bear's pregnant? They can't do that.
Exactly. There's too many issues with that theory.
Man.
We need to research hibernation.
And I know there was like a lot of
Grant,
people growing up.
send us an article about hibernation. You're an engineer.
It's Grant. Paul's our fact check guy.
No, but Grant is a smart guy. You said it. Grant?
He is. He's a smart guy.
All right.
Paul, don't look up hibernation. Only Grant. Okay, the other one was Coca-Cola. I don't know if I'm sure you know the
Yeah,
the
it was
origins.
a medicinal thing.
Yeah,
it had
exactly.
cocaine in it.
It did, yeah.
Coca.
Originally laced with drugs that they didn't realize were drugs. This makes us feel.
Well, they
this
knew
is
they were
perfect.
drugs. They
Right,
just
right.
didn't know they were like bad for you.
Right. Yeah, not what we would.
They're like,
call
hey, just rub
illegal.
this on your gums. You'll feel great.
Not great.
Woo!
Well,
No, you
great.
felt great.
You felt great. Yeah.
Just for a
Just
short
not
time.
good for you. Yeah. And then the other one. Sorry, I'm still getting over my cold. The other one was the chainsaw, which we've talked about before, which was originally invented for like doing C-sections or something, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy.
We're saving babies.
Yep, that's horrifying. All right, so let's get into
Could you
some of the
imagine
other
that
ones.
comes out? Doctor just puts a mask on. He's like, all right.
This is a Jason mask. Yeah.
He's like, all right. Just hold still. What?
Would you like an epidural?
That is awful. I think Emily's the one that also sent that, right?
Yeah.
She sent us that article. Emily, thank you.
Yeah. Emily is actually the one who wrote that one in when I asked the question.
Yeah.
But I figured one of them would because we talked about that as a group. All right, the first one. This one I'm interested to see what you say. The first one.
Peanut butter.
No. Peanut butter. What do you think it was made for? If I told you that peanut butter was made for a different perspiration,
Yeah.
for a different purpose than being eaten, I
Yeah.
guess, what would you have assumed?
I already said that.
You said
engines. To
engine
help
oil.
grease an engine.
Oh, yeah,
Peanut butter is significantly oily, especially if you get peanut butter that's more natural. You have to stir it before you use it. There's
That's
a ton
true.
of oil on it. Man, that thing could grease anything up. You ever seen a sludge that comes out of an engine? It's pretty much the density and thickness of peanut butter. So, I mean, same thing. I think it would work.
There was petroleum jelly?
Yes.
Do you know how that came to be?
No.
There was
Peanut butter?
It was peanut butter. They originally were
that was
using
the
it as
original
peanut butter
and jelly, and they put it in an engine, and then someone was like, "Oh, this doesn't work."
No, it came from like oil.
Petroleum. Yep.
Yeah, oil rigs. With that I forget. You didn't even let me finish. You just laughed because you thought I.
Sorry, you said it came from oil. And I was
It's
like,
fine. The rest of my story about it is not very well versed anyway because I wasn't planning on talking
came
about
from
it.
an oil rig.
It came from an oil rig. There's like they're drilling down into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's like the drill rod or something like that. I don't know what it is.
I'll believe you.
But it got this like oil on it, this like grease around it. There's like thick black grease, which some of the oil workers would start putting like I don't know how it started, but they started putting it on their burns.
It started as a prank.
It
Some
started-
guy was like, "Hey,
put this on your burn."
That's how you heal your burns." And the guy's like, "This works."
Which it doesn't. Like even the petroleum jelly doesn't heal burns. It just moisturizes your skin. But
and it feels gross.
it does feel a little bit gross.
Not a fan.
Yeah. Did you ever have like as a kid? Did your parents ever put like under your nose whenever you had a cold or whenever you had a stuffy nose because it like makes you aerate?
No.
No. Okay. Cool. Anyway.
I have a Mexican household. Vicks Vapor Rub fixes everything. So we did Vicks Vapor Rub, but on your chest.
Oh,
I had
yeah,
breathing
yeah,
problems
yeah.
as a kid, so I had breathing treatments and all that stuff.
Right.
I also I did use, I had different, like petroleum jelly and different stuff that I used because I had really, really bad eczema on my legs growing up. Like scab my whole calf.
Right.
And so then it got to the point where that didn't work. I had to use like steroidal creams.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was real bad. But I think that's why I don't like the feeling anymore.
Probably.
I had to do it so often as a kid. I don't like lotion either.
You don't like any lotion?
No. I don't ever really use lotion.
You don't have like a dry skin?
I mean, a little bit every once in a while. But
What about when you got your tattoos? Because you have to put lotion on then. Yeah.
yeah. But then I
Just
stopped.
as maintenance.
Yeah. Every once in a while I put it on just to help the tattoos, pop.
Pop a little for
Yeah.
like photos.
Yep.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
weddings, I'm like,
Yeah.
want to look good on the dance floor. Woo, woo.
In my short sleeve button up.
Yeah. No, I roll them up, man. By the
Oh,
time I
yeah.
get to the dance floor, those sleeves are rolled up.
How far up do you roll your sleeves?
Right
You
past
just,
the
you
elbow.
just got the forearm tat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Got you. So the petroleum jelly.
Yeah.
They refined that like black sludge that came up into the clear I don't know, whatever you call it, the clear petroleum jelly. Translucent, yeah. And it comes from, I think, like the Latin. There are two different words. One word for water, which is German. I think it's like a German word, which is like Vasse or something like that. I don't know. And
you mean Vaseline comes from that?
Yeah, Vaseline.
Got it. I was going to say petroleum jelly.
Not petroleum jelly, yeah. No.
Neither of those words are Latin.
Vaseline, yeah. And then there was, which was like the Greek or Latin word for, I don't remember what else, some oil or something like that. We are going to get
fact checked so bad
It was oil. That's what it was. Okay. Greek or Latin, look it up. See if there's one that ends in lean.
Okay, I believe you.
Okay, really. So the first one I asked the people.
Yep.
What do you think the treadmill was originally invented for?
Dog exercising.
Dog exercising?
Yeah.
I think somebody said, yeah, Laura said, no. Laura said walking dogs, and then Jonah said dog therapy.
I think both are legitimate answers.
You think that's
I think those are the two smartest people to answer this question.
Do you think it was like, but why would they do that?
Because it gets really hot out, and dogs can't go outside and walk during the summer. So you have to have a way to rehab the dog or walk the dog. So someone was like, let's create a cart thing that continues to move and spin for our doggies.
When do you think it was invented? I don't know the answer
1952.
to this,
Paul?
You think it's pretty late?
Fact check.
When was a treadmill invented? Okay.
Maybe the 40s. I'm going 52, though.
Well, okay, so let me give you some of the other answers that people said.
If I'm not going to tell you if these are right, give me like $5?
If you get this right, yeah, I'll give you $5. Wow, well, let's do something better than $5. Let's do buy you something that's about $5.
But that isn't sushi. I don't want sushi.
You can't buy sushi for $5.
You could buy gas station sushi for $5.
Okay, but you don't like sushi, and nobody likes gas station sushi.
At that point, it'd be probably the same to me.
Maybe. All right, fine. I'll buy you gas station sushi.
I want a Big Mac.
All right, I'll buy you. If you're right, I'll buy you a Big Mac.
Do I have to be the exact year?
We're talking. I thought you were talking about the intention of the.
No.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'll buy you a Big Mac if you're right about the exact year. You said 1940?
1952.
1952. Paul?
The Roman Empire in the 1st century.
First century.
Oh,
now,
okay.
What do you think the reason is for it?
Still the dog thing.
You still think it's dogs? There was no way they were trying to get dog exercise back in the 1st century.
Yeah, they were trying to train them for the gladiator fights.
They would just run with them.
You can't run as fast as a dog.
Yeah, but you could get them to...
Like, you think you can run as fast as a dog?
Hey, Greek
you
Fido,
come here. You ever seen how fast Dozer runs when he tucks his butt and he's running around this house? He's like a missile.
Do you think that's the key to speed?
Yeah, I think
tucking the butt.
I think he's the fastest dog that's ever lived. Because every other dog runs with their butt up, and for whatever reason, he tucks his butt and his tail down, and is aerodynamic as heck, man.
We gotta watch the Sonic movie, see if that's what he does.
Well, he tucks, see,
he does.
And he goes into a ball.
That's
Butt's
true.
Tucked up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's how you should run next time you try and run.
I'm gonna try. I definitely will at the gym.
Tuck your butt in
on the treadmill. Yeah,
he's running all weird. Your arms are doing this weird thing. All right, tell me the original purpose.
Okay. Well, some people said like a conveyor belt, like from a factory, and that's how it was originally invented.
Some guy on his break was just running past the products. He's like, get my exercise in while in the factory.
Ooh, look at that box. Another.
Tuck my butt.
And then Grant. I'm gonna mention Grant because this might give him less ethos, honestly, because he said people who had to go places and nowhere to go, or had places to be and nowhere to go.
Yep, not believing Grant about the peanut butter thing.
Yeah, not anymore. So the original intention,
the Roman intention.
All
right, I was gonna make sure your facts lined up.
If they don't, then he can check me. The original intent for the treadmill was to tread grain. So it was like a windmill, but people would tread on it. So then it would process
so
the
grain. Pulley system.
Yeah.
You'd run on a certain thing, it would crush the grain out of the way.
Right. Yeah. Very. What's the agricultural?
Right. So this was Roman 1st century. So this would be after the movement of where they'd have a threshing floor, and they would throw the wheat up to get the shaft off of it.
I don't know.
Or the chaff off of it. All right.
I guess
it sounds feasible.
Doesn't that make sense, though? Because after I thought about that, I was like, oh, it's literally just people treading out grain on a mill. Like, it's a mill, then they're treading. And
my question is then, what, if they know all this, what was the tread?
What do you mean?
What was the belt that moved?
Oh, how would they make it out of?
What was it made out of?
I think it was made out of...
Hide?
I think it was more like, almost like steps. Because looking at it, it looked like it was more. It didn't look like a leathery consistency, or at least like
So nothing
drawing.
moved.
No, it still moved, but it was more of maybe like a wooden rope bridge that moved back, that rolled around. You know,
Okay.
something like that.
I'll believe you.
You
You're
should.
the one that did the research.
I did very extensive research.
Yeah.
I didn't just look at like 3 different websites.
I believe you.
Yeah. Okay. The next
Don't
one.
believe Grant, though.
Don't believe Grant.
I
definitely.
I kind of still believe Grant. I think it's going to get worse. What's the next one?
Grant's answers are funny though. This one is, what do you think Rogaine, what is now used for
Hair growth.
Hair growth. What do you think it was originally used for?
Rogaine
Yeah.
for hair growth.
I'll give you what Grant said. Grant said, making my chia pet outgrow yours.
Well, Grant, I have a Bob Ross Chia Pet, so you're
You
going to
do?
lose that battle. Yeah,
Why is that not sitting in here?
Because I don't have the heart to take it out of the box and grow it.
You haven't grown any?
No, because it would die.
Grant's could be outgrowing yours.
Well, it is outgrowing mine now, but mine's going to outgrow everyone because the Bob Ross Afro is going to come.
That's fair. That's a good point.
Rogaine was used for, it grows hair, but it wasn't intended to grow hair, so it was used as a ointment of some sort for burns. I'm going to the burn thing
Going back to the
because you said burns, and that's all I can think of in my head now.
right. That, I mean, you're
Or for shaving. That'd be ironic.
that's something that somebody else said, actually. That would be ironic. Originally intended to take away hair.
Like shaving cream.
It comes back. What happened? That's
What
what
was it used
Charlie
for?
said. It was originally used as a blood pressure medicine, so it would help stabilize
They ate
blood
it?
pressure. Yeah,
No.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Look it up. Look it up,
Is
Paul.
Rogaine you
I
don't
don't-
eat Rogaine.
No, it was
It's
so
just
the
cream,
original
right?
the original intent was not it wasn't a foam.
So what do we mean then by
I don't think-
original
actually, I don't
intent? Like
know
the formula then? Was it like in a pill? Because you can't, it's a foam now, right?
Yeah, I think it's a
Like,
foam now. I don't know if it
eat
is
a
a foam or if it's like just like a shampoo-ish kind of deal.
A shampoo that was meant to treat
No,
blood pressure?
well, when it was originally made, yeah, the original formula was meant for blood pressure, and then they found out that it was actually growing hair. What people like ate it, or not ate it, ingested it? Yeah, ingested it.
so it wasn't a different form originally.
It was originally in a different form. They found out that it actually grew hair.
Well, that changes things, man.
Well,
I was
hey,
thinking
but
you
here's the
can't
thing.
eat a foam.
You could eat a foam.
Cannot eat a foam.
Bet. Whipped cream. Did it.
It's not a foam.
You're
It's
not a foam.
cream that's
But-
whipped.
But then they found out that it was like helping grow hair, so then they put it on hair directly, and apparently it helped people grow hair. I never believed that Rogaine actually worked that well.
I don't know. We should put it on your cheeks.
For a beard.
Yeah.
Just the cheeks, not the chin.
Not the
or
cheek,
the
just like right here.
Just so I can get mutton chops, yeah.
Just see what happens.
I like that.
But not connected to your actual hair, so we know it actually is working.
Yeah, for sure. Just like little dots.
And then if it starts to work, then we'll connect it.
yeah, for sure.
Okay,
For sure.
let's do it
All right.
for TikTok
For
the views.
we'll do
We
one of
shave
those nice
Paul's beard
time-lapse
off.
photos.
We'll add your beard on.
That sounds great. I'm fine with that.
Cool.
All right, next one.
Yep.
What do you think the original purpose for Play-Doh was? This one's interesting.
For Play-Doh, is it in the same form? Because that's an important part now, man.
It's in the same form. But
Esque. Similar.
Very similar
Got it.
form. But it was originally called like Clutoy or something like that. It was like KLUT something. I forget what it was called, but very similar can and everything.
KLUT.
Maybe
I
a
think
tin
it
can,
was some sort of putty designed to fill cracks in aircrafts or automobiles or some sort of
Interesting.
transportation.
Interesting. This one actually people got the right answer,
Nice.
but
Was it
here are
Laura
some wrong
or Grant?
answers. And Laura actually did kind of get the right one.
Way to go, Laura.
Michaela got it completely right.
Way to go,
Grant
Michaela.
said it was C4.
Okay,
It's
Grant.
not for C4, but I get
Grant.
where he's going with that.
I'm losing faith, man.
Yeah,
I need help.
I'm not.
Your
Love you,
answers are
Grant.
hilarious, though.
They're great. Emily thought it was for occupational therapy.
Makes sense. They do use it for that.
Yeah, but not the original intent.
Right.
And then Charlie thought it was just for kids to eat.
That seems dangerous.
Yeah. Well, no, not anymore.
Well, I guess
Play-Doh's
it's
being
not-
made so that you
not
can eat it.
non-toxic.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's not made so you can eat it.
You're right.
It's made so that it won't hurt you if you do
If
eat
you
it.
do eat it. It's ingestible.
Yeah.
So the original intent for it was actually
Hang on.
how much time we got?
10 minutes.
Keep going. Sorry for that brief interruption. I could hear a hissing to my left. Continue.
All right.
We won't cut that. For those of you that watched, do that. That was great. Let's keep going.
The original intent for it. Why are you staring at me like this?
I'm thinking. I'm trying to read your mind. The original intent.
The original intent. What are you getting?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Because you made fun. You were. I'll do it on the next one.
You're
Go.
blocking. I was blocking the link. The original intent was as a wallpaper cleaner. Isn't that so strange?
Oh, what?
Yeah.
A wallpaper cleaner.
Yeah. Actually, Paul, look it up. See what the original form of it was. But it was like
I don't know how.
I figured it was one of those things where you rolled it on it and it picked up all the dust that would be on top of it.
On the wallpaper.
On the wallpaper,
Not
yeah.
like removing it, cleaning up afterwards. Maybe.
Oh, maybe it was a wallpaper, like clean up the wallpaper afterwards. No, I don't think so though.
We need a definition on cleaner, man.
Yeah.
I guess I could see it collecting dust and dirt because, like, when you touch the ground with Play-Doh, it just grabs everything.
Yeah, my thought
And
is
they have those cleaner putties for your, like, keyboard.
Yeah, exactly.
But
my
that
thought
wouldn't
is
make sense. Why would they change Play-Doh's form just to add a new thing?
you can't spray a wallpaper though, because it would be wet.
So
You'd have to do something else.
You can't spray wallpaper?
No, it would get soaked.
They have
I think.
wallpaper in bathrooms, man.
What? That's so dangerous. Paul,
ahead.
what's the reason for it?
Say it loud.
So in 1933, when they first discovered this, a lot of the houses used coal to heat their homes, so it left a bunch of soot.
Oh, I got the soot off.
Oh.
They would use the dough to get the soot off of the.
Man, why did you do more research?
I don't know.
What if Paul wasn't here? Everything
we'd
would
have
fall
no idea.
apart.
We just asked Grant to do it.
Just-
That's what you did earlier.
yeah. Okay, so
That makes sense.
it would get the soot off of things. Do you think they were all the fun colors still?
The wallpapers? Or the Play-Dohs?
Why would the wallpaper color matter, man? Of
you're
course
right.
they had different wallpaper colors.
Everything was black and white back then anyway, so probably no.
Even how everybody, until like the 60s, everyone just saw in black and white. It's
So-
like, oh, there's no color. I still see that way. I'm colorblind. That's how it works, right?
Yeah, that's how it works.
This is a nice
I know.
grayscale
Being
wall we
colorblind,
have.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Do you think it was really annoying living in a house that was warmed by coal if soot was getting everywhere?
Yeah, it had to be awful.
Do you think? I bet you people died pretty quickly then, right? Do you think it was like the black lung was really popular?
Pop? I don't think it was popular. I don't
It's
think
not
people
a
were, hey,
phase,
man,
Mom."
You guys get that black lung lately? Woo woo! It's a good time. I mean, most of the smoke went up,
Right.
but it's the soot still has an ability to kind of move. Unless you were like hanging out right next to the thing, like breathing in all the toxins.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't great for you.
Yeah. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know.
I don't know. I've tried to cook with coal on a grill. It's much harder than it looks.
Coal or charcoal?
Charcoal.
Charcoal. Yeah. Okay. Well, the difference is charcoal. I'm gonna be real.
One's more char.
One's more charred. Oh, you just put
Yep.
coal on the grill and then
Yep.
you char it.
Exactly.
Put it in the oven. This is what I know. This is what I assume. Charcoal.
Which one is it? You can't know and assume.
I
in the
assume.
same.
It's something I assume.
Okay.
Charcoal is wood that's been burnt by coal. It's burnt wood. Do you want to know where I got this information? Paul knows.
No.
Yeah, it's from Minecraft.
Okay.
In Minecraft, when you burn a log of wood,
Mhm.
you get charcoal. Is that how it's made? Paul, look up how charcoal's made.
Don't look that up.
I wanna
Move
know.
on to the next topic. What is
wanna
the
know.
next one?
I guarantee
we can look and research afterwards.
I guarantee you, if you looked up how is charcoal made, the first thing you're getting online is a Minecraft recipe.
That's fine. Minecraft weirdos do a lot of things online because they don't have other things to do or friends to talk to.
Yeah, that's fair. That was me for a long time.
If you play Minecraft, I'm sorry. It wasn't meant to be offensive. It was just
It wasn't meant
honest
to
and
be, but
true.
it was. But it was. All right. The next one is the Slinky.
Mm.
What do you think?
Man. Slinky's just like a coil that gone bad.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, the original one was
Metal.
more metal and more taut than
Yeah.
your typical ones.
I don't know. All I can think is a coil of some sort for something.
Yeah.
I don't think it was meant to spring.
Well, I don't think it springs now.
Well, it slinks.
It slinks.
So maybe it was meant to spring,
Yeah.
and they just were really bad at it.
Yeah. I think
They just engineered it really poorly.
it was
Grant, get on that.
Grant so Grant messaged in this time. He's answered through the like question button on the story every other time, right? But this time he decided to message in. I don't know why, but I think it's because he actually knew the answer.
Mm-hmm.
But he
He
said,
learned this in engineering school.
I think he did. I think he learned it in engineering school. But he
Was
said,
it built for NASA?
I don't think so. I
Were
think it
any
was
of
built,
these things built for NASA?
I don't think so. I think it was built for the Navy.
Oh, the
But-
Navy.
Yeah.
To train the dolphins to disarm mines.
It was just what?
That's a thing.
They're slinking up and down. Wait.
Dolphins can disarm mines.
They can
Look it up.
disarm them?
Mm-hmm.
No way.
Underwater mines. We'll talk about that later. I promise you. It's true. It's a real thing.
What?
Dolphins are incredible.
Well, all right.
That is true.
That's
That's
why
true?
they should be called the Navy Dolphins, not the Navy SEALs.
That's
I think they actually train SEAls to disarm mines too, so makes sense.
man.
No
what?
disrespect to anybody that served in the military or the Navy SEAls. The Navy SEAls particularly are awesome.
Yeah.
What's the Slinky map for?
Wait. You just blew my mind with this whole dolphin thing.
Yeah.
Can we do another one?
We'll do an episode on dolphins. See, I know all
No.
animal facts.
That's what we should do. We should do an animal facts
Yeah,
episode
we'll
where
do
you
that.
just do a whole bunch of random animal facts, and then that's cool. Okay,
Sounds good.
cool.
That's next week.
Grant answered an anti-gravity device. Does that give you any sort of
Moon boots.
moon boots?
They put them
I
in
said it was
shoes.
for the Navy.
Right, exactly. They put them in shoes so that certain people in the Navy could spring higher and shoot people from above.
In the boat.
Because everyone knows
Bounce up.
that one person in Star Wars had the higher ground. So naturally he was going to win. Know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I have the higher ground, right?
Yeah.
So if you have moon boots with slinkies that are springs on your shoes and you can spring up and jump, then you have the higher ground, you win. But they weren't very effective.
But by that logic, if you have the higher ground and you win, then why do we have the Navy at all? Should we just only have the Air Force?
We still have the Navy because the
None of
moon
it's
boots
ground.
didn't work, obviously.
And none of it's ground.
Exactly.
Thinking.
That's why they're in the water. And the Air Force couldn't train the dolphins. They're in the air. How would they train the dolphins from the air?
They send them out of the ships. Dive.
What's
Dolphin
it for?
dive.
Just tell me what's it for.
It was a nautical stabilizing device. So they would attach them to things inside of the submarine.
It was or was intended to be that.
It was intended to be that. It was intended to be that.
But it
and
didn't
then
work.
when they were I forget who the name of the inventor was, but when he was
Mr. Slink.
Mr. Slink. Yeah, we'll say Mr. Slink.
Richard James.
It was Richard James? Oh, well, anyway. He dropped it. It was sitting on, I think it was like on a bench or some seat or table or whatever. He dropped it, and instead of it falling off, it walked off because, it did the thing where it goes and then the other side follows it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, we could do something with that. And then they made it into a toy.
That is the most anticlimactic thing.
The anticlimactic. That's awesome.
You are making something to help the U.S. military, and instead you make the lamest toy to ever exist.
I bet you he still ended up giving some of the money to the U.S. military.
If you've ever had a Slinky, it breaks or gets tangled within the first 24 hours.
Doesn't matter. They were like the hottest toy.
It's not
for
even
such a
good
long
at being
time.
a toy.
What? Not anymore. But when they came out, that had to have been like, this is amazing. Kids were sitting,
Bro,
'cause-
the Romans in the first century are creating treadmills that can help with agriculture and harvesting. And you think that we're in the 50s, we're like, oh, look how great this invention is. It goes bloop, bloop, bloop. That
Listen.
just means we were dumb.
listen, I need you to manifest just a little bit of Bob Ross right now and understand this as a happy accident.
I don't see it. I don't see it. I see it as an accident.
It's a happy accident.
I don't think it was happy. I think it was greedy.
How much?
The guy was like, I have failed as a designer for things in the U.S. military. How could I market this as a successful toy, and he just was a good schemester and got a bunch of people to buy into this stupid thing.
No. He was an opportunist, okay? He could be on Shark Tank. This is what happens.
Would get
no, hold on.
eaten
You had your thing. You had your thing. All right,
by the
listen.
sharks.
Listen,
He's not even a dolphin.
Paul.
He's like a goldfish going
Hey.
into the Shark Tank.
Paul. I need you to look up how much did Slinkies make when they were made? I don't know. What was their profit? Because they were like they were hot toys until I was like 3.
You think that they were the hot toy for what the Slinky was made?
People were still buying.
Richard James
Walmart
in the
still
50s,
sells them
in the 50s. You think they were a hot toy for 40 years? You're insane.
Listen,
sir.
all I'm saying, if in the 50s, if 70 years later they're still being sold in Walmarts from the original brand,
they don't even hold.
That's amazing.
They don't even hold a candle to the Etch-a-Sketch.
Oh, that's true. I bet you the Etch-a-Sketch was something that was military based too.
That is a cool toy
No.
that will last a lifetime.
No.
Slinky, stupid.
Look, it'll last longer than the Slinky. I agree with that, but Etch-a-Sketches do not
No,
last a
I
lifetime.
mean, like the origin of the Etch-a-Sketch and the coolness factor will still be cool at the end of our lifetime. A Slinky, that's just something.
Man,
listen, Linda. A Slinky now is something that a grandparent buys either of two times. There's 2 times you buy a Slinky. One is you're leaving Cracker Barrel.
Yep.
And you're in that front store, and the kid wants to buy something, but you don't want to get him sugar, but you don't want to get him anything expensive. So you get him a $3 plastic Slinky. Okay. Second, it's something that you buy on the way out of Walgreens right before Christmas time, and you put it in like a stocking. It's not a real gift. It's just a filler.
Listen,
It's meant for nothing.
in
Nobody
comparison-
is excited about it.
in comparison to the Etch-a-Sketch, the Etch-a-Sketch isn't much of a real gift either at this point. But that being said, there is still so much joy when you take a Slinky and you can get it down an entire flight of stairs. You see that happen, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm a friggin' master.
You can't, though, because they're plastic.
No, but you can still buy the metal ones. The metal ones still
They're
work.
probably still like $19.
No, there's no way they're $19. Paul, look it up.
Paul just looking at it. Wait, when was this Slinky invented?
45.
That's what I'm saying, man.
50.
76 years. What time is it? Yeah.
What time is
Was
it?
it 10?
What time is it in the years, the category?
Exactly. Listen, it's still being sold. It's still brand name. That means that they have been making money on this accident for the last 75 years. Mr. Slink has been making good money off of a very simple... Paul's laughing. Maybe he hasn't.
Let me throw a counter.
Yeah.
Based off your logic.
Okay.
Okay? You said it's still popular 70 years later. People are
It's still been selling. It's still selling in stores.
it's still selling.
Yeah.
And still making money.
Yeah.
So your argument is thus it's a good invention. It's a good happy invention or happy accident.
Sure.
Would you say the same for the cocaine that was accidentally put in the Coca-Cola bottles that is still widely popular and makes a lot more money than the Slinkies?
You mean the cocaine
is
specifically?
that a happy accident, sir?
No, because it's dangerous.
I would argue so is a metal Slinky.
No,
it's
it isn't.
so dangerous that they stopped making metal ones for the mass population and had to make them plastic because they injured people because they're sharp.
You don't know if that's the reason that they decided, because they still sell the metal Slinkies. So if those were so dangerous for people, why would they sell them? By your logic, you're saying that Slinkies are just as dangerous as cocaine.
That is not what I'm
That's
saying.
what you said.
That's what you said.
So in the first 2 years, he sold 100 million Slinkies.
100
He's
million.
100 million Slinkies.
I know. I'm not saying that he wasn't.
That's amazing.
He didn't like come out with some ridiculous thing that somehow people were excited about.
I did not expect
People
to
have
get
been
so
about
passionate about Slinkies
people.
today.
Listen to me. People were excited in the 90s about a box that you could buy that came with a rock in it. It was called a pet rock.
I know.
Just because you sell something to people doesn't mean it's a good thing. It means people are dumb.
That's fine. But if you're looking at a Slinky, right?
Don't expect me to say a Slinky is cool. A pet
It
rock
is
wasn't
cool.
cool. Neither of them are cool.
A
I
pet
will
rock
not
is
buy
less
my
cool
kid a
than
pet rock
Slinky.
or a Slinky.
What?
Will not.
You're this much
I
against
will
Slinkies.
not, sir.
Why are you so much against Slinkies, huh?
Because they're dumb and they're pointless and they get tangled, and then a father just spends forever trying to untangle this stupid mess.
Listen, you have to go to a much simpler time. All right?
We are not in simple times, sir.
I'm not saying...
And I am not a simpleton.
Listen, I'm not saying that it's an optimum toy now. But I think in 1945, this thing was great for kids. They were still playing with sticks and hoops back then. I think. Probably not. They probably had dolls and dollhouses.
1945. What was happening in the world in 1945? Around that time period. What was going on, Alex? Why do you think that toy was so popular? What was happening in the world in the 40s?
This is the invention of the Slinky.
What major world event, Alex? What could have been going on that would make it prime time for something as simple as a Slinky to be worthwhile?
You saying because they don't have as much, like,
I'm saying
resources?
Because it was during World War II.
But why does that make it?
Because all of the production was then shifted, and toys weren't a thing that we could spend having whole factories to make toys. So they're like, oh, we're in the middle of making all this stuff for the war. Might as well sell this spare part. That's the only reason 100 million of them sold.
Okay, bro. Think about...
Oh my gosh!
No, give me a second. Think about what you just said. In a time of war and fear and hopelessness...
Don't try and turn this into
No.
Slinky was the hope.
Hey,
Slinky was the excess
You had
parts.
your time. You had your time, okay? Sure, it was the excess part, but it was the excess part that sold 100 million in the first 2 years.
Because there was no other toys.
That's fine. It filled exactly what it needed to do. The kids had toys during this
year. It wasn't a happy
year.
accident. It was just the only thing left to buy.
That is a happy accident. It made kids happy. It was an accident. And the kids did not have access to other toys. The kids were happy because of this. I stand on solid ground.
You want to know why Slinky's still popular?
Why?
Because there's grandparents and old people in the world that will look at their kid who is on their little iPad and they're like, they shouldn't be on their iPad. They should have to suffer how I did as a kid. I'm going to get them this crappy toy so that they can have fun like I did as a kid. You didn't have fun, sir. You just didn't know what better fun was. You had a lame time, but it was the best time you could have. We could have better times now. Now, I'm not saying that every kid should be on an iPad, but I'm saying that no kid in our current day and age should have to suffer having a plastic Slinky. If anybody's going to get someone a Slinky, it needs to be a metal Slinky. And if it's not a metal Slinky, don't buy it. If you buy a plastic Slinky for my kid, I'm going to burn it in front of him.
I'll buy it. Fine. I'll buy him a metal Slinky.
That's fine. That's acceptable. I'm still not buying him one.
Here's what I'm saying.
I'll just buy him a coil. Or a spring. You know how much more fun a spring is? It springs and bounces everywhere. That's a ton of fun. If you don't have stairs as a kid, a Slinky is lame. What are you going to do?
You're going to buy your kid a giant spring?
Yeah, that would be a fun time. Teach him about science.
Listen, I never...
If I move into a single-story house...
You had your time.
A Slinky is not going to do anything.
You need to give me some time to speak, Ricky. Listen, you said that there is better fun now. I agree. Like I said before, the Slinky is not the best toy for a kid nowadays. But at the time, this was an incredible toy for a kid who couldn't otherwise get toys.
It's still cool.
What?
You were trying to say it's still cool.
It is still cool. No. I said it's still cool when you get it to go all the way down the stairs. That's a cool moment.
Okay.
I think that's like when you get a trick shot. And you're like, wow, that's great. Like, I'm not going to sit there and try it all day.
Oh, my God. You're equating getting a Slinky to go down the stairs to a trick shot?
Yes,
You've clearly never done any cool trick shots.
That may be true.
A Slinky to go down the stairs takes like 3 tries.
All right. Write in whenever you hear this.
Oh, my gosh. This is going to be so long. We need to move on.
Write in. Tell us if you're still listening, because if you are, bless your heart. Write in. Tell us if you like the feeling of a Slinky going downstairs and it just working. I want to know. I want to know if people enjoy it.
And then well, of course people enjoy it. It's a sense of accomplishment.
That's what I'm saying. It's still cool.
That doesn't make it cool.
It does make it cool.
Just because you enjoy something doesn't make it cool.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay, by that logic, drugs are cool, Alex. People enjoy drugs. Are you trying to tell all the people listening that drugs are cool? Because I think drugs are bad, Alex.
No, drugs are cool. No, I'm just kidding. Drugs aren't cool. Don't do drugs. Do Slinkies. I want to make it into a shirt. Don't do drugs. Do Slinkies. There you go.
There's just dead air at this point. I don't even know what to say.
The next one. I
think all kids should have springs, not Slinkies. Go ahead to the next
That's ridiculous. Nobody's ever sold a spring. This has gone too far. We need to stop.
No one's ever sold a spring. All right, what's the next
All
one?
right.
Let's speed through these.
All right, next one is Listerine. What do you think Listerine was originally made for?
Well, it's intended now for bad breath, so same form?
Same form, less minty, less flavor, less flavors.
It was originally for treating tuberculosis.
No. It was medical, though.
I know. I remember this because it was a Jeopardy question. I got it right. It was an antiseptic of some sort.
Yes. Yeah, it was an antiseptic for surgical wounds, so that when you're cleaning up, because what it does in your mouth is it kills all the germs inside that live tissue, and so it does the same thing when you're.
Yeah. So there's a.
Yeah.
Get into that wound.
Yeah. The doctors had to gargle it first to activate it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
If it was a really big wound, you got multiple doctors gargling it first and then spitting it into the wound.
Or just multiple takes, you know, if you're short-staffed. All right. Last one.
Easy. Oh, this is the last one?
This is the last one.
All right.
Yeah, we just took way too long, way longer on the Slinky than I expected.
Was this really the last one, or is this the last one you want?
No, this is the last one.
So I got like 1 of 3 so far.
You got 1 of
4?
No, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 1 of 5.
There's been 5 so far?
There's been 5 so far, including Listerine.
Okay.
Yeah.
1 5.
Last
okay,
one
I can do 2
is
for 6. Let's do this.
Bubble wrap.
Oh, bubble wrap.
Do you know why bubble wrap was in
NASA?
NASA
Going to
doing
space.
what? They just threw it into the air. You can do it. You can do it, bubble wrap. I thought it would float.
Bubble wrap. Same form?
Same form. Same form. Maybe different colors.
Originally, bubble wrap was intended. Man, all I want to say is stress relief. Because have you ever puffed bubble wrap? It's amazing.
I've seen a photo somewhere where
So
somebody
great.
took like all the tissues out of a tissue box and replaced them with tissue-sized bubble wraps, so that
Sounds
if you're
amazing.
stressful, you just
So satisfying.
Yeah.
I think it was meant for some sort of space travel.
really like a
I don't know
what
if
to
it
be
was
used.
packing or I guess that'd be a similar reasoning. Maybe as cushion. It was a seat.
Interesting.
I don't know.
It to me seems like it would have been invented as like a light insulation tactic. That's not what it was made for. But Grant said, we shouted out Grant a lot. Grant said sound effects for old Western movies.
Was it
So you're shooting.
a noise reduction device?
It was not a noise reduction device, although I'm sure it could work as that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I could totally see that.
Yeah. What was it?
It was originally used as a wallpaper. Isn't that wild?
No. No, it wasn't.
It was originally used
There's
as a
no-
wallpaper. What they wanted to do is they wanted to trap.
So they could like throw your kid against the wall and he wouldn't get hurt?
No. They were trying to come up with some creative design where it was like you had these little bubbles in the wall. I don't know why, but people were doing stupid. When was it invented? It was probably
In
like
the wall?
on the wall. 1957. Yeah, they were doing weird stuff with wallpaper, I guess, in the 57s.
I don't even understand how that would work.
They wanted a textured wallpaper.
But they wouldn't stay textured. It's a bubble.
It's
Wouldn't
a
it
bubble.
pop?
No, but they would have done it with like more,
Like thicker plastic?
like thicker plastic, which is why I said like different colors and stuff too.
Oh, it's like the bubble wrap that they send in packages now that's not individual chambers. It's like one big chamber, so you squeeze it and just moves the air to the other side and doesn't pop. Have you seen that?
I have seen that.
That's like
It's the most
that's-
unsatisfying
I know
thing ever.
that whoever packs things with that bubble wrap hates humanity.
Do you think that was somebody who was like, I want to get in the bubble wrap game, but I don't have a patent, so I can't use the normal bubble wrap, so I'm going to do something different?
I think it was made by someone that wanted the bubble wrap to last longer and be reusable because, let's be honest, if someone ships us a package of bubble wrap,
You're popping it.
we're going to pop all the bubbles.
When I was like 13, I asked for just a giant roll of bubble wrap for my birthday.
that
I
sounds
got
like
it. It was
something
awesome.
you do.
Yeah.
Did you roll yourself in it or you just popped it all individually?
I popped it all individually. Just
I think we should get a giant roll of bubble wrap for both of us. Wrap ourselves in it and just run at each other at full speed and see what happens.
where are we going to do this? In the house? Outside the house?
in the house.
In the house?
Yeah. You get on one side of my house, I'll get on the other side, and we'll just bubble wrap all the way around.
Okay.
And we'll just, maybe we have to probably get helmets of some sort.
Yeah,
Because,
probably.
our luck, we just headbutt.
Oh.
But we just literally run at each other as fast as we can, see what happens.
And then after that,
You down?
just I'm down. Yeah.
All
After
right.
that, we have Paul kick us with the bubble wrap.
You can do that. I'm passing on that one.
You don't think Paul said no?
No.
Paul wouldn't do it.
Trust the
See?
bubble wrap, man.
I just want to see how many
How
bubbles
about
you
I
can
kick
pop on the
you?
way
Because
into
I'm
my
not a
ribs.
professional kicker.
Yeah, all
I
right.
kick you.
In the bubble wrap, right?
Yeah, in
Just
the
like
bubble
in the
wrap.
shins. Surrounded in bubble wrap. Yeah.
How's your slinky now? Start throwing slinkies at you. Metal ones though.
I would love them. I love Slinkies. They're the best form of entertainment for kids nowadays.
All right, I'm buying you a slinky for Christmas,
All right.
but it'll already be pre-broken, so you don't have any letdown.
Do you think you can get like a giant Slinky, like one the size of like a typical high school trash can?
High school
You knew what size I was talking about, though, didn't you?
I don't know.
Actually, now that I
Why
think
are we
about
back
it,
on slinkies? I'm sorry about it.
because it's in the brain, you know.
I just wanted to slinky
better-
right out.
Better than had drugs being in the brain.
That's true. That is true. I would
Bad
agree.
drugs. I mean,
you
Endorphins are
disagree.
normal, but
Is that it?
I
Is that
disagree.
all? Is that all? You said that they are cool, and I think that was awful that you said that.
no,
I was creating a clear divide.
It was
Anti-drug, anti-slinky. This side of the table.
anti-drug, pro Slinky.
All right. Well, we disagree on 50% of those things.
Hey, but hey, at least we
And
agree on
the
drugs.
Slinky,
On
the
drugs being
Slinky's
bad.
the amazing. Drugs are bad. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You ready?
Wait, I feel like I waited an eternity before you said, "Are you ready?"
Are you ever gonna actually buy your kid a Slinky?
Man, maybe I don't know. Maybe now, just because of this
Because
conversation.
of this combo, do you feel an obligation to buy your kid a Slinky?
No, I don't. I feel like I would do it just as like I'd like to see like maybe my 3-year-olds, like I don't have a 3-year-old, but in the
If you
future,
had one.
to see it like go down the stairs and be like, whoa, and then see him try to pick it up and do it himself, and it just wouldn't work the well.
Okay, well here I'm gonna make you a deal.
Mhm.
Okay, when we have kids,
Yeah.
whichever one of us has 3-year-old first,
Yeah.
we'll get a Slinky together,
Yeah.
and we have to give it to the 3-year-old and help them understand that they're trying to get it to go downstairs.
Right.
But we can show no emotion,
Okay.
and we have to see a genuine reaction
Okay.
from that child.
Yeah.
And if they show excitement, then if we sell a podcast, I'll come on and be like, I was wrong about Slinky.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down for this.
So
I'm
this
very
is
down.
this is a long-term bet.
All right. Did you want to shake? I don't.
Yep.
Can't get my hand around here.
Long-term bet. I think there'll be no excitement. Just be like,
Do you think whenever we have a 3-year-old, one of us, that Slinkies will still be sold?
yeah,
Metal Slinkies, probably, right?
we're going metal.
I'm
We're
honestly,
going metal.
I'm kind of surprised
We're
that
going
they're
metal with a
still
3-year-old.
sold in stores. Like because they sold 100 million the first year, but I can't imagine they're still at that kind of capacity.
Well, okay. Here's the thing.
Oh, they're probably sold by
It's genius.
Hasbro though.
It's genius marketing. They break every 18 minutes.
Mm.
So of course you had to buy another one.
Yeah.
They're all broken,
Well, yeah, they're definitely one of those momentary fun things.
and there's still a bunch of extra spare parts in all these
this-
places that they're like, oh, let's turn this thing into a Slinky. Wait, are we buying the 3-year-old metal one? That seems dangerous.
We'll buy one of the small metal ones.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we don't have much else for you. I was not very good at guessing the original intention of Inventions.
Yeah.
I was very good at arguing about Slinkies. As were you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Valiant opponent.
Do you want to shake again?
No, we have
Okay.
not come to a consensus.
But we
you know
will
what?
in 3 or more
Right
years.
now, when we are done recording, we're gonna put up on our Instagram, "Are Slinkies cool?" And we're just gonna say yes or no.
Yeah.
And we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I won't rescind my answer until however long in the future, till one of us has a 3-year-old and we try this.
Yep. Sounds good.
And Paul will write it down so we remember.
I'm gonna save a notification on my Google Calendar.
Cool. Words of wisdom: don't talk about Slinkies. We gotta let it go. You can't try and influence at
That's
this point.
exactly what you're supposed to do with
Nope.
Slinkies.
Words of
You're
wisdom.
supposed to let it go
Just don't talk about it. No, don't.
down the stairs.
Can't influence anymore.
All right, words of wisdom. Don't do drugs. Do Slinkies.
I don't know where this all went wrong. This used to be such a fun podcast. Now we talk about Slinkies.
You know what would make this more fun?
Don't. As if we had a team of dolphins that we trained.
To put Slinkies downstairs?
No, to disarm mines with Slinkies.
That sounds horrifying. What if one of the dolphins blew up?
That's my
Whoa,
question.
with Slinkies?
Yeah, with Slinkies.
Wow.
Best of both worlds.
That is
Still
a good
being used for
question.
the Navy. We will talk about the dolphins next
Okay.
week. That'll be we're going to talk about ridiculously cool things that animals have done.
Yeah, because some of those dolphins have blown up. Like, they wouldn't use them if it wasn't
We
for
can't
that
talk
reason.
about it right now.
They did it because humans are more valuable. That's what they did.
That's in next week's conversation. Maybe they haven't. We don't know. We'll do some research. Thank you for listening.
Wait, I have a question.
Oh, my goodness.
Do you think they could get dolphins to
I'm not talking about dolphins.
detonate mines?
Yes, of course. They
Like
have
intention.
flippers. Look at this. It's a detonating a mine. It's just a button. They just go like this. Done.
Do you think underwater mines just have buttons? Like that?
They don't
Like
have
just
it
a big
on
red
the
button.
mine. They have it in the ships or on the side of the ships for the dolphins to hit.
Oh, okay.
How do you not thought this through, man?
I
You
was
play
thinking
Minecraft.
I think they go.
It's easy. Be imaginative.
Yeah, I forgot about that update. Yeah.
Gosh. Everyone knows the dolphins in Minecraft are awesome. They're the best part.
They are. They lead you to shipwreck treasure.
But how did we get here? Do you ever just think about your life and go, how'd this happen?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I feel like that most weeks when we finish. I can't imagine what it's like to listen to it. We appreciate you, though.
We do.
We appreciate you reaching out to us on Instagram. We love that. We love getting to interact with you guys. So keep doing that. Follow our TikTok because we do that and we're funny. And recently we went and had dinner together in our really awful clothes that we bought from Goodwill after our fashion episode.
Yeah, it was great.
So follow us on TikTok. Share our TikToks so that more people could see how ridiculous and awesome we are.
Yep. I already did my words of wisdom. That's
Anything else you want to say to the people?
I really hope
Or
you guys
any
voted
specific
Slinkies.
person.
Are cool.
Slinky?
Well,
Any
we'll already
specific
have
person
been up. Any specific person?
Do you want to say bye to?
Grant. It was great. It was great getting your input today.
Emily, thanks for voting for me. We love you guys. Thanks for listening. As always, stay up.